Okay, thank you.
The screen is yours.
The sessions of the share. Can you all hear me? I'm not really sure about the microphone.
Yes, yeah, I'm hearing
And
perfectly. Please
okay,
go ahead.
Perfect, Waralee. It is perfect. It's very good.
thank you. Good afternoon to all, and I am Waralee Ratanakitsunthorn from the International Academy of Aviation Industry, King Mongkut Institute of Technology, Ladkrabang in Thailand. Today, I'm glad to present the latest work on the factors affecting the success of aerial integration in Thailand, and the other authors are my undergraduate students in their final year of study. Okay, let's start with the outline, and here's today outline. I'll start with the brief introductions of the work, then move on to literature review, talk about my objectives, methodology, model, and finally the limitations and the conclusion. So starting with the introduction, first let me talk about the Airport Rail Link, or the ARL. The ARL is actually the railway that connects airport to city center or the airport to the other cities. And ARL actually has two effects toward the air transport, either competitive or complementary. The competitive effect, or what we can call aerial competition, is the very first effect that has been identified by researchers, as in the figure 1, which is here. Let me get the laser pointer with this one. So as you can see here, you can see that both trains and airline are offering the same service from the same origin and destination, so they are directly compete with each other. So this one would result in the model substitution or the model shift. And the dot line here represents the itinerary 1 for the air carrier, and the solid line represents the itinerary 2 for the train. Another effect would be the complementary effect, or we can call aerial cooperations or aerial integration. The complementary effect here for the cooperations can apply as in figure 2, which is in the case that the ARL or the rail will serve as the feeder to the airport. So passengers can take trains from city center to the origin airport, and then they take a flight by airline, and then they travel from origin D to the destination E, and they can connect to the final destination, which is another city center or the node F, by using another train. Very close to the complementary effect of aerial cooperations would be the integration. It is very similar between aerial cooperations and integrations, but the differences is that in the aerial integration, the travel itinerary can be integrated into single ticket, and the passengers has extended service such as the airline check-in at train stations in town, or schedule coordinations and other complementary services, which result in the seamless journey of both modes. So that's the concept of the aerial integrations, which is the heart of this research. So let's take a look at the case that I have applied the aerial integrations. In Thailand, the only airport rail link that exists operates from the city center, which is here, beginning at Phayat on the red solid line here to Suvarnabhumi International Airport, which is the major airport of Bangkok and Thailand. The airport was actually designed and built to provide and support seamless journey between trains and airlines. So it was designed to do the aerial integration service. However, the ARL actually encounters operating and managerial issues since it was first operated, and it was subsequently suspended all aerial integration service since 2014 or 8 years ago, and now the airport rail link are only served as a commuter, bringing passengers into the outskirts of Bangkok to the city center only. However, Bangkok has another airport, the secondary airport located up north here, which connects to Don Mueang International Airport and Don Mueang Station, which is in the bright red line. And you can see that linking between these two airports are not directly linked by the rail line. Passenger has to take several transits traveling from Don Mueang to Suvarnabhumi International Airport. So by considering the futures and ongoing aerial projects in Thailand and in Bangkok, there's one that will connect the 3 airports together. So linking from Suvarnabhumi International Airport to the 3rd airport located in Rayong, which is Utapao. Then they will construct also the missing link line from Payathai here to Bang Sue here, which makes the connection much better. The project will plan to either connect between airports and connects airport to the city center. So these high-speed railway that links between 3 airports are considered to have the aerial relationships as the aerial integration. And also this project is ongoing, and there's a company that are planned to construct the airport as of now. And there are researchers that has explored the operational challenges of the ARL with extended service to the 3 airports. And also there's another researchers that has studied the investment approaches of the high-speed rail link that link the 3 airports. However, the success factors of these projects or the aerial integration has not been studied. So this is the gap that I have found. So it's bring me to the point that I have discussed with my co-author to work on the identifying the factors that will affect the success of the aerial integrations for the rail projects in Thailand. And here are some of the important articles in the literature review sections, and there are actually more, but I'm going to cover this part briefly, starting from the work of Pitawan and Sutiwat Naraput in 2018, which identify dimensions and factors that affect the success of railways infrastructure development projects associated with Thai logistic platform. In the same year, also Lee has analyzed factors that has contribution to the partnership level in aerial integration. It has been found that locations of the train station was important to the partnership level. Also, researcher has mentioned the significance of having infrastructures integration to make it easy transfer between airports. In 2020, Kerr has tried to improve synchronizations in air and high-speed rail integration service by adjusting a rail timetable in China. It has been found that by adjusting the timetable, it increased the number of synchronizations between air and high-speed rail services, and also improvements in infrastructure accessibility. Also in the same year, Virawat and her teams explored the operational challenges in Bangkok for the Bangkok Airport Rail Link. Also, Seth Sakunchai and Gao Unryeon in the same year has studied the investment approaches of the high-speed rail link that links the 3 airports in Thailand. And this research project is actually part of the cooperative framework under the Memorandum of Understanding between my working institute and the Ministry of Transport of Thailand, or the MOT. So it is an ongoing project which still needs more input. Here, therefore, the objectives that I present to you here are only the scope for the AHP work. And there are 3 objectives at this stage, which is to identify the factors affecting the success of aerial integrations for future airport rail link projects in Thailand, to quantify the significance of the factors and prioritize the factor by using AHP model. And here are the 3 steps of my methodologies as of now. First, at literature review stage, we have reviewed several papers. Actually, 12 of them were considered for the factor extraction, and this results in 4 dimensions and 13 factors that were extracted from the literature. Then we do confirm the factor by using interviews. So a transport expert were interviewed to verify the model validity, and this result in the final model that comprised of 4 dimensions and 10 factors. Then we do data collection by using pairwise comparisons questionnaires through the face-to-face interviews. So far, we have 2 respondents that were interviewed. One of them is an air transport expert, and another is a rail transport expert. Both of them work at Thailand Ministry of Transport for 12 and 18 years, respectively. And these are the factors that were extracted through the literature. The literature number 7 to number 11 were already mentioned in literature review sections, and the factor were classified into 4 dimensions. The factor number 1 to 3. Operational administration, service quality, and government support are categorized as administration factors. Demand, partnership, price, and time were classified under economic dimension. Accessibility, coverage, and seamless journey are classified as the infrastructure's dimension, and career opportunity, social welfare, cultures, and lifestyle are classified under social. And the factors in bold represent the factors that after we have gone through the interview to confirm the factor, these are the factors that remains in the model, which means that factor number 1, 3, 4, and 5 were modified and made, some of them were added to the existing factors, some of them were eliminated. So after we have the interview with the expert, we modify some of the factors, and here's are the final 10. And this is what the models look like. So our goal was to quantify factors affecting the success of aerial integrations, and we have 4 dimensions. The safety and security and service quality fall under administration aspect. Price and time goes under economic. Accessibility, coverage, and seamless journey goes under infrastructure aspect. Career opportunity, social welfare, and culture and lifestyle remains under social aspect. And this one were finalized based on the perspective of the user, not the policy maker. So we want to know what the users actually thinks, and what makes the user feels like these are the success factor for the aerial integration, and they want to use rail transportations to travel to the airport. After we have collect data sets from 2 respondents, the global weights and factor ranking are summarized in this table, and the overall consistency ratio was 0.0464, and I believe that that's make the output valid. As you can see that the factor rankings from number 1 to number 10, the top 2 times and seamless journey are quite close for the global weight, 0.2266 and 0.2120. So this can be actually infer that passengers actually care about transit time to inform the airport, while partnership features leading to aerial synchronizations are also the keys in to success in passengers' eyes. They would want a smooth, convenience transfer from one mode to another with extended service like, baggage transfer and handling at the rail station. They want single ticketing. They want schedule coordination. They want to know about the delay or cancellations in flight and the train. And also they even want some code sharing features between the train operators and airlines. So there are 2 major limitations actually. One of them is the variety of the respondents. Another one would be the number of respondents. So for the number of respondents, 2 is not a lot, and we expect to have more, maybe approximately 30 in total. And for the variety of the respondents, we only interview the transport policy makers. We need more insight from the academia, like researchers. We need more insight from the trains operators, from airline, from airport authorities, and maybe some frequent flyers or select users, so that the outcome will be more solid and it can improve the reliability of the result. To conclude, what we have done so far, the leading factors we have identified would be time, seamless journey, accessibility, and price. And as I have mentioned earlier, that this research was conducted under the MOU with the Ministry of Transport of Thailand. So the Ministry of Transport can further utilize the output, suggestions, recommendations with the future aerial integration projects. And we need more work to be done. So we proposed that more data should be collected in accordance with the limitations that I have mentioned in the last slide. We probably should apply more methodology like AMP to compare factors across dimensions. For example, the time and seamless journey, which come from 2 different dimensions. Also, we would want to add more analysis. For example, the partnership model, which is the partnership model that established by Douglas Lambert. And this would be the model that will determine the level of required partnerships in order to bring the future projects to actual success with more solid framework. And that's it for my presentations, and I will be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Wow, congratulations, Waralee, for your just-in-time and seamless presentation. The two factors ranked first and second. Congratulations. And I feel being at home during your presentation because I started my AHP journey from Thailand. I'm graduate of AIT, Asian Institute of Technology, and my friend, classmate was a faculty lecturer at KMIT, Thailand. We used to call Oak, if you know him. Thank you very much for this very excellent presentation. Now I open floor for observation, comments, suggestions, whatever have. Waralee's presentation, please. The floor is open. Luis, you want to say something?
Yes.
Yes, thank you. Very interesting presentation, and I think very important now with in all over the world, we're trying to connect all these different means of transportation. But you raised an important question at the end of your presentation. It's that you need more participants.
Yes.
So my question is, how many participants you think you could need? How do you determine what is enough participation, or where the weights are actually representative for that heterogeneous population?
We expect to have around 30 or maybe more, because by looking at the users of the rail, the airport rail link and the railroad users in the futures right now, I think there's not, as of now, there's not many people who use rail transportations to the airport. Anyway, most of the Thai people would prefer to travel to the airport by personal vehicle or taxi. So we would aim for 30, but maybe more if you see.
But how do you know that 30 is enough? You have the same problem. So there's maybe some kind of sensitivity analysis to measure if you gain more information, more variance in the weights as you get more participants, until you sometimes have a threshold that you say that more participants are not giving more information regarding the weights. Something around those lines, but I think it's it is an issue that should be researched a little bit more in depth. Thank you anyway.
I'll look into that, definitely. Thank you.